the numbers have shown that a lot of the youth are now undecided, and a lot of the youth that are not undecided are actually siding with the Dutertes. So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to look for here is, where is our dark horse? Where is this mystery candidate? The bickering has overtaken the headlines. We know this. We talk about it all the time. But do you think that the traditional opposition should be focusing on finding somebody qualified and credible, because the elections are just around the corner?
Oh, absolutely. That's an absolutely good question. I was trying to avoid answering that question because I want to avoid making more
Because
enemies.
there's no answer.
But, you know,
I have been saying this, di ba? Klaro naman sino yung leader ng Duterte camp. It's going to be Sara Duterte, and now potentially even Bongo could be in the consideration equilibrium on the part of administration. It's clear who's the leader. Pero dun sa parte ng liberal progressive opposition, the de facto leader now is a non-political person. It's Cardinal Ambo. Cardinal David, right? But Cardinal David is a moral leader, right? He's a civil society leader. He's not going to be a political leader. Kaya mahalaga ngayon, and I think Senator Rizon Tiveros has been saying this for quite some time, it's important for the third force to emerge. And that third force can only emerge if there's a clear leadership, there's a clear blueprint. So maybe one of the things na kailangan natin bago matapos ang taon is makita natin itong mga leaders ng liberal opposition, whether it's BAM, whether it's Mayor Lenny, because the latest anti-corruption trillion peso march was nationwide, not only Metro Manila, so kasama yung Naga. So maybe some of these LGU leaders like Lenny who are still in conversation to run for the presidency, maybe some of these top senators maybe they have to come together. They have to show to the people that there's a way out of this that is neither Duterte nor Marcos. And you're absolutely correct. You should not allow Marcos to also weaponize the fear of a return of Duterte's to slack off on this, right? So kaya nga, really it now goes down to the third force. Can that third force consolidate and emerge? But can they do that in a way that does not also divide them? I'm not going to say much, but I'm getting a lot of information that behind the scenes, they're heated, passionate, this conversation. Takot kasi ng iba is, baka pag magkaroon ng discussion about who should be the leader of opposition, maging divisive yan, or kung magkaroon ng usapin ng sinong political leader ng opposition, or if they're more prominent, baka maging mukhang nag-hijack sila ng corruption scandal na ito. But the reality here is that, perfection is the enemy of the good, and being diffident is not an option for the liberal progressive opposition. I think they have a very good chance of crystallizing into a third force. If you look at the WR numero, clearly they're now the second strongest faction behind the pro-Duterte faction in the country, and clearly many in the pro-administration faction, they have no choice. They will rather have to be going behind the liberal progressive opposition if they want to avoid retribution should the Dutertes come back, because the Duterte camp is angry. I mean, President Duterte is most likely going to be there in the ICC for the foreseeable future. There are many reasons for the pro-Marcos camp to fear the return of Duterte, perhaps even more than the liberal progressive at this point in time. So time is on their side. They have the leverage. Pero dapat ma-figure out nila internally paano nila pwede pag-usapan yung sino maging leader nila, anong maging blueprint nila, without
Backfire
being
din ba yun,
defensive at
Richard?
without mukhang maging epal. Kasi alam ko ayaw rin nilang maging mukhang
Right.
epal. But no choice. Kailangan maging epal if that's the way to get things
No,
going.
but it's also a matter of timing, right, Richard? Because sometimes you have dark horse candidates coming late in the game, such as former President Rodrigo Duterte back in the 2016 elections. He didn't really emerge as a front runner early on. So in terms of timing, should the true opposition do it now, or they still have the luxury of time?
I use that argument that, whether you look at the case of Pinoy, even Ramos, even Arroyo, like, yes, historically, dark horses became the presidents, most dramatically both in Pinoy's time and Duterte's time. But I think we have learned our lesson, right? This time is different. 2022 pa lang, klarong-klaro na Sara Duterte is just waiting to be the next president of the Republic. It's already 2025, and she's still having the highest number, almost exactly the same numbers she had in terms of preference to be the next president of the Philippines. What does that tell you? That we are in a different ball game right now. This is a game about, can you beat Sara Duterte? Can you prevent the return of Sara Duterte? Especially since the impeachment is not happening anyway. So it looks like the race has been set. So wala talagang choice. Others have to consolidate and decide who's going to go against Sara.